Ladies and gentlemen,
Here we are.
Yo, let's blow stuff up on a Friday.
On a
Can't
Friday.
hear the sound effects.
I told you
Yeah,
guys we'd be here on Friday. Folks, welcome back to the Producer Lounge. This is your weekly music production broadcast. It's a big episode today. It's a Friday episode with special guest Skope.
Let's go.
Yeah, you didn't think we could fucking get a cool guy like Skope in here?
We did it.
A little bit of distance to get here, to be honest.
That's fair. Yeah,
Luckily, I was in town, though, so...
yes. Where can people find you on the internet, sir?
Pretty much every platform is at Skope UK, which makes it a bit easier. So, just type in Skope UK on whatever platform you're on. Except TikTok, which I'm not actually on yet, which I probably should do. But I'm not down with the kids enough, I'm afraid.
That's right. That'll happen.
It's a weird place.
It is.
The
Yeah.
TikTok. We're on there, but we're just like floating in some weird.
Yeah.
Instagram seems more like communal. Anyway.
Never.
Yeah, I've only just caught up with that in the last kind of year or so, and I've kind
Right.
of come back to doing Skope. I should probably do this social media stuff because it's just never been my my forte. But you know, it is the world we live in now. So
Yeah, it's a
I've got
pain in the
involved.
ass.
And yeah, I'm enjoying it. To be honest, it's nice to post like all the stuff that I'm working on and
Yeah.
stuff that I haven't really been doing in years. So yeah, it's nice to get that feedback again and just engage with people.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's what. Well, we're glad you're on there.
Yeah.
Y'all like subscribe, follow us on Instagram. All of us have gamer tags. It's 400. So put 400 and then just follow all the people
Just go down
that
the
have
list.
400 at the beginning, and you'll be following us. But yeah, follow or subscribe or whatever the platform you're on wants you to do, and we would really appreciate that. And yeah,
Welcome to the show,
do
guys.
Welcome.
Pumped
We're
to
happy-
be here. Thanks, Caleb.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yes, we're stoked
Hell
to have you
yeah,
on, dude. It's gonna be
dude.
great.
Shift in. There we go.
dude, been watching your production videos forever.
No, thanks,
Like,
man.
Yeah.
Since,
fucking, it feels like the whole time.
yeah. Well, the bass gorilla stuff, that must have been 13 years ago, something like
Yeah.
that, when I first started
Yeah, I
doing
think
it.
that's where I
Something like
first
that.
heard.
Yeah, that's a long
heard
time.
you.
Yeah, no doubt.
What a throwback.
Yeah.
Bass gorilla.
Yeah,
Simpler
well,
times.
yeah, well, that was... I first got signed to Adapted Records, and they were out in Australia. So the first show I played as Skope was in Australia.
Damn.
They're
Oh,
not even in the
sick.
UK. I'd DJ'd at parties in the UK and stuff, but
Yeah.
the first official Skope gig was in Australia, which is kind of wild.
Damn, that is
wild.
insane.
And that was around the time I got in touch with Bass Gorilla guys, and the whole neuro hop scene was going off. And
Nice.
yeah, it was fun times.
Nice. Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah. Yeah, well,
That's it. That's the show, guys. That's
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Now
We're
you know
doing a
all
set
you need
after
to know.
this.
There's nothing else to talk about. We've learned it all.
it's always a fun time going from like doing an intro into, okay, now let's discuss.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, to transition.
Did you have a thing you wanted to bring up?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
It's a really simple one. Everyone already knows it, but I've just been having a blast with it lately. The harmonic series wavetables.
Let's go.
I've been using that like phase distortion in Serum with my like phaser wavetables, and you get the like squelchiest, like screamy like formants out of it. I've been like spamming it in every single song, and it's way too much fun.
You're using them like as FM or
Exactly.
PM modulator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have these wavetables that I've made from Harmer that are just like phasers running through really slowly, you know? So you get a bunch of nice little like formant variations when you cycle through the wavetable position. And then, yeah, just injecting a random harmonic with FM into it is just, I've been having a blast. I'm literally just spamming it in like every single song.
Yeah.
Like all of my music is sounding the exact same right now, but that's okay. I'm having fun with it.
That's how it goes, isn't it? You find like a little trick and then you blast out for ages. It's
Yeah.
like, right, what's the next thing? Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
But I like in Serum 2 now, they've just added the different modes for the oscillator. So you can have it in like an FM mode where it's like a ratio. So you could basically have the harmonic series. I think one is a harmonic series, and one is the ratio, like an FM synth. So you can kind of do that with any wavetable. You don't just need the harmonic series wavetable, and you can do it with like sawtooths, like, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You can do that same trick and get extra harmonics in it. So that's a cool way to kind of expand on that.
That is. I totally forgot that was an option.
Yeah, Serum 2 will keep surprising you with shit like that. Like, I'm still learning it.
That is the most hilarious shit. Like, I built these wavetables that are I took them from Harmer, and then I brought them into Serum through some trick.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, you could just do the ratio on the thing, and then it just does that.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always 100 ways to do the same thing.
Course,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And like understanding all the different ways to do it is like just what expands your kind of options to actually figure out doing new shit.
Yeah. So one of the new things I'm trying to do with Serum is play with the AM and RM knobs. Do you ever fuck with that?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the secret? Because like sometimes I get a cool sound and I don't know why, and other times it just like will do kind of nothing or just make it really gross.
Yeah. Well, it's essentially, I don't actually know the difference between AM and RM. Like what are the exact differences? Because I thought they were essentially both amplitude modulation.
Right.
I don't know what makes ring mod slightly different. I mean, they do have a slightly different tone, but I mean, you don't need to know the science of everything to figure out how to use it.
Twist the knob, right?
But yeah, I mean, when you're making a sound, you just try, what does PM sound like? What does AM sound like?
Exactly.
Oh, that one sounds better. Do you know what I mean? It's like just flicking through finds the good results.
Yeah.
I have been messing around with something I'm going to do in the talk, the Sunday school.
Yeah.
Is about using Serum effects as like a ring modulator on top of your Serum, basically. So you set it up with the note latch mode, basically, and then you use the audio in on the noise oscillator, and then you route, because now you can use any of the oscillators as like a modulation source. So you use that to modulate one of the oscillators, and then you have to fuck around with the curves, like in the curve editor in the Matrix, to kind of set it up to do like AM or RM. I don't know which one exactly it does, but yeah, you can essentially use Serum effects to use any of the oscillators in or any samples in, and ring and modulate that with whatever sound you've got to kind of create overtone noise, or add like some saw harmonics, like kind of like have the bitey sound of like RM and AM. Do you know what I mean? Where it like buzzes with the frequency of the bass, basically.
Dude, I'm so happy they added that in Serum too. I was
Yeah.
so excited. Like, what do they call?
Audio rate modulation?
Yeah, audio rate modulation. Yeah.
It's basically that.
When Serum 2 first came out, I was spamming it on like everything. Like, let's do it on the filter. Let's do it on this thing. Let's do it on this knob.
Yeah, well, I love that in Vital. It's like all of these wavetable synths that are kind of similar to Serum, like have those different tricks. And Vital, that was the thing I was most excited about. It's like doing that. Because Serum 1, you could do it, but you had to like bounce out a sine wave or whatever wave you want it and load it into the noise oscillator, and you could do it that way, which still worked. But yeah, now you've got the flexibility of using the oscillators with the wavetables and kind of having all the fun that you can with that stuff as well.
Right.
So Serum 2's been like your new hobby, basically.
Yeah,
in of itself.
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough, like Mr. Bill hooked me up with Steve Duda as they were doing the kind of beta testing.
Nice.
So I got to get in before it came out and like really dig into it. And I actually built, there's a couple of my sounds in there. I think the one 808 that's in the sample library is an 808 that I made. It's quite nice. The only 808 in there.
Cool. Big ups.
How long were you doing the beta testing before it came out?
Month, maybe two. Like I was kind of close to the end. I think they'd done most of the work, and there was like, they only made slight tweaks to it after that.
I see.
But yeah, it was really nice to be invited to that and kind of get to dig in, because I was ready for it. I was kind of thinking we need this.
Right.
I'd just been getting into Faceplant a bit more because it had some of the features that Serum didn't have. But I'm so used to the Serum ecosystem that I still wanted Serum 2 more than I wanted Faceplant at that time, even though like it's obviously massively capable. It's whatever's comfortable. I think it's like the quickest way to get results is the best way. So it doesn't really matter the tools you're using as long as you're confident with them, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
Love that mindset.
That's why I don't use Serum very much, because I'm like,
Same.
I don't know the Matrix thing. I never got good enough at it before I got my hands on Faceplant. So I just was like, I love this. Point and click. Put these to these.
Right.
Yeah, see, for me, Faceplant was missing the Matrix where I could go in and edit the things. They've got stuff to do that now, like the Remac module, so you can kind of add curves to modulation. So you can do it. It's just a different workflow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Same thing.
totally. Yeah.
Is there anything that you found in Serum 2 in the last couple months that you're really jazzed on that you didn't know was there?
I feel like I found most things. I mean,
Well, that's nice.
That's probably not true, but I'm trying to think. I mean, to be honest, my use of Serum and most synths is fairly basic compared to some other genres or styles of production, because I rely quite a lot on post-processing.
Same, yeah.
So I like Serum because I can quickly dial in the LFOs the way I want them, and the sound may be just like a sawtooth and a filter, and as simple as that, but then it's kind of what it's reacting to. So I have a workflow of adding a load of processing, then going back to the Serum to mess around and tweak it into all that processing to kind of activate all the potential within the processing chain, basically.
Right,
but the sounds themselves are fairly straightforward, not all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah, I'm definitely the same. I'm mostly I'll just start with a sine wave and then maybe a couple things, and then it's all post.
Yeah. I've recently got all the Massive X wavetables into it, because they're really nice wavetables. I much prefer them to a lot of the kind of stock other wavetables from other synths. You could just Google any wavetable synths. You can Google, can I get these wavetables, and you can just find that someone's already sorted them all out and got them all organised for you. So they're really good.
Yeah.
I think I've got every different wavetable synth wavetables ready to go in there. So I've just got options.
That's sick.
Right.
I use your forever ago on your Patreon, you released a modular synth wavetable pack. I love going into those. I tried not to use them as much now, because when I first got them, I was the same thing. I was just spamming it for 2 months straight. I was like, I'm gonna use all of these in every song.
Right.
But they're always fun to go back to. Any sort of just not default wavetable is really fun. The defaults are always great, and all the stock fun spectral wavetables. But it's fun to just have a.
Oh yeah.
Here's
Well,
just
especially
another-
they don't have to be the most complex things. Just some analog style where they're not symmetrical and they're slightly fucked, but it's still a saw wave. That's always the best.
Yeah, well, that's what these modular ones that he's talking about are.
Right.
It's basically just me fucking around with modular bass tones, and then spent ages kind of picking out the little snippets that have a nice movement in, and then kind of sorting them out in Serum. Because the Serum wavetable editor's really good at kind of tidying it up. It's got all the functionality,
all the blending and stuff.
Yeah, and how you can. So when I import them, this is a really helpful way to do it, because it's got all those import modes when you just drag a sound into it. I don't use any of them. I go into the formula bar and just type in the note that your sound is at, and then when you just drag it in, it doesn't try to calculate anything, and it just gives you the raw wave, and you may have to adjust it based on how pitch stable your sound is and stuff like that to kind of line it up.
Interesting.
But then it's got filter by grid size and stuff like that, which can kind of smooth off the edges around the crossing points and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of tools in it which are really, really useful for just perfecting what you've done, because it really sounds exactly like the sound that you've put into it, but by doing it that way and kind of using all the processes within the formula and the kind of little drop-down menu where you've got the squarify thing, all of those kind of things give you enough functionality to kind of make it pretty close to the original anyway.
Yeah.
Damn.
It'd be kind of cool if Serum implemented, or kind of just any synth implemented, some sort of just generate random wavetable. Does Serum have that? Do you know? I feel like it's got to
generate random waveforms.
Yeah. So you could just be like, give me 2 random combinations of harmonics and then just blend it, and then you get some crazy tone.
You could draw that, if you do in the
That's
harmonic
true.
editor, just like
just
draw
scribble a
random
little.
things, then draw another one. And
Yeah,
I have
could
made
pretty
wavetables.
quickly do that.
Yeah, I've made wavetables like that. I have a couple of like harmonic ones where I'm trying to keep the kind of low mid harmonics, where like a lot of that nice like starting points for sounds are like before you distort them. If you just have those low mid harmonics kind of moving around a little bit, and you just draw a bunch in, have like 5 or 6 different shapes that you've created, and then morph them together, and suddenly you got these nice like wow sort of things, just all the low stuff, and it's perfect to then rinse in distortion basically.
Yeah.
Are you a big draw your harmonics in guy?
I mean, among other things, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, definitely. I've kind of like built a bunch of the things that you can do within those low harmonics, because, there's only like 5 or 6 that do that really low, like warbly sort of stuff. Yeah. So I've got like, I have different folders that I've made for different things. So I've got like a basic shapes, which are like different sawtooths from different hardware synths that I've recorded and stuff. Sick. And then one for like harmonic stuff, like low mid harmonics. Then the modular recordings, just like different things for different things.
I'm so jealous of your discipline. That's impressive to me.
I mean, these things have like built up over years. I get more organised as I go as well. Like nowadays, I'm way more organised with it than I used to be. I used to just use it once, forget about it, and that sound's gone forever.
Right.
Which there is some beauty in that, I think, but
yeah, I do.
Sometimes like, how did I fucking make that? Like, can't even remember like how I do my own shit.
Yeah, and then you go back to the project file and it's all fucked up. And
it doesn't work.
You're just like, well, I'll never know.
Yeah.
I have that with like mud pies a lot, where I'm like, fuck, I wish I could recreate this, but I just don't save like any of the projects or whatever, or like the sounds with the mud pie, so it's just gone forever. But that is kind right?
Yeah,
like
that's
you're saying,
the charm
like,
of it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But certain times you do want to know, it's like, what did I do?
I know,
how
right?
do I quantify like, where this sound come from?
I know what I did. I disabled the channel, and it's still there.
Well,
it just disappears while I'm working, but if I want to go pull it back up, I'll just go pull it back up.
Yeah.
And Bitwig's stable, so, just pull that thing back up, it's there. That's not true. It will fuck up.
Less than most other things,
less than some other things, sure.
Yeah, I like the fact that it crashes the plug-in and not the DAW, do you know what I mean? So,
it's beautiful.
Which still you can lose stuff on, but like at least the whole project doesn't go kaput. So many projects that I can't open without it just dying as soon as it gets in.
Exactly.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm
super curious. So you've been doing this probably like over 16 years or something, I'm assuming, right? Long ass time. When you start getting to those fucking like upper numbers, what becomes the goal as a producer or like as an artist? Is it like, are you focusing more on like just random obscure techniques, or is it like all about songwriting now?
Both.
Sure.
Yeah, like I've just finished an album recently, my first album, which I'm quite excited for, and that is a combination of it's a combination of both of those things. It's like some of the tracks are like, what is the coolest kind of sound design idea I can focus on for this, and then there's some tracks where it's not about sound design, it's about melodics and stuff like that, and drums, particularly drums is one of my favorite things to work on. I spent a lot of time in lockdown just making drums and nothing else. So,
nice.
But yeah, I think having clearer goals is something I find I'm doing more through experience. Is like, okay, what is the message or idea of this track? Whereas before I'd just be like, just keep fucking around till something good happens. Like I'm trying to set out with like what I want to achieve or what kind of things I want to do, and that might contain fucking around a lot to get there. Do you know what I mean? But
at least you have some sort of guiding light.
I have a bit of more of a map in my head of where I want to go than I used to.
I could definitely be better about that. I'm still in the phase where it's just like, let's just hop in, and my only thought is like, do I want to go energetic or not energetic?
Yeah.
And I just go from there. But a little intention would be nice.
Yeah, but the thing is, I start some tracks with intention, and then the thing that inspires me halfway through the track ends up being completely different to the original idea. So I'm like, right, I've got to scrap all of this and start on this new thing. But you're always chasing after that sound, and when you've got a process like mine and many others is focused on sound design and experimentation, then you're looking for those happy accidents generally anyway. So when you hear something, that's what then guides that. But yeah, with the album it was different because I wanted to have some very like musical tracks that really captured a certain sort of emotion and stuff like that. So it does depend what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on sound design? Are you focusing on club, like want it to drop, or do I just want to write a musical piece sort of thing?
Yeah,
makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of just when you're an artist, you just consistently just do the artist loop cycles, just no matter how long you've been doing it, I guess.
Yeah, and you've got to just keep switching it up as well. Like I can't count the amount of different genres I've kind of dipped into through my career, and just changing it up regularly like really helps me stay inspired. Because after a certain point with anything, I get to a point where I think that's my favourite thing I've done in that. Like I'm happy with that. Like what can I do now? Do you know what I mean? And that's
let me dig myself into a new hole.
Yeah.
And then I'll find my way out of that one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
I fucking love it.
Yeah. So it's got to be nice having like a dedicated side project, like you have Malik's and then the secret other one.
Yeah, it's not so secret anymore.
Okay, I thought so, but I was just in case.
We kept it secret for a bit because it was just part of the mystery of it. Was kind of like getting people talking about it. But yeah, it's not so mysterious now. But yeah, it's a fun one.
But yeah, you can have music. Like a dedicated headspace. Where you're just like, oh yeah, get into like this, get into Malik's brain, get into Skope brain, or like get into experimental brain, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, that helps.
We were talking about bonobo earlier. Have you ever tried like going down that route?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of tracks that are like chilled out hip-hoppy things on the album, but it's always stuff I've like kind of messed around and not released, if you know what I mean. And like I think even with the early Skope stuff there was some of that inspiration in there, like the more sample-based stuff, because I think the bonobo I used to listen to was like pre the albums that really blew up for him when he was kind of on the Ninja Tune stuff, and yeah, it was all sample-based, and yeah, I was really, really into that at the time, and that kind of led to like my workflow as Skope originally, which was find these cool samples and try and blend a few together and kind of make these textures between multiple different samples, which is also like the hip hop mentality, which that was the shit I used to listen to when I was a teenager. So when I figured out finally that it was all samples and they weren't actually writing all these things, I was like, oh shit, I could do that too. I don't need to like play all these instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny how that works.
Yeah.
Like every artist or producer starts with like, oh yeah, I have to write everything from scratch.
Yeah. When you understand like all the history and stuff, which is the good thing about going to university for it. Like I spent a couple of years there, and that really dug me into like where it all came from, rather than just kind of what it is now. And I think that opens your eyes to a lot of the history, which can kind of help inspire you in other ways as well, I think.
Right. Yeah. My little brother is starting to get interested in production, and he keeps hitting me up, and he's like, "Holy fuck, this is actually like so hard to do." It's like I'm having fun, but he's like, "How do you like write anything?" And I'm like, "Dude, I know. I've been there." I was like, "Just like go get Splice, just get good samples, like go online, like use loops. It'll be more fun in the beginning when you like really have no idea what you're doing." And he's like, "No, but I want to write the music." And I'm like, "I get it. We're all there," but I'm like, dude, you're gonna have a lot more fun in the beginning if you just like dick around with loops.
Yeah,
like,
and even just like using Splice as inspiration. Do you know what I mean? Like if you drag something in and say like, okay, why is that melody and synth sound so good? Can I break that down? I think a lot of the way I learned stuff was listening to other music and like, how do you make that sound? And going into it was massive at the time when I was kind of learning synthesis, and it was the early sort of, or like mid dubstep era, I guess, in the UK sound, when the sounds were getting dirtier and dirtier, and I'd open up massive, and like, how do you get that sound, and kind of figure it out. So like that reverse engineering is a really great way to learn, I think. And Splice provides you the option to like really hear in detail all these sounds at a high like production quality, which wasn't there back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Like I had a few sample CDs, but other than that, I didn't really get good samples, you kind of had to like figure out how to make them, which is why a lot of the drums sound
Crazy.
kind of over smashed and
Yeah.
like just stupidly processed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, yeah, peeps be spoiled out here
Yeah.
in this current age. They got, I mean, not only like sample packs, like preset packs are crazy,
Yeah.
and people are using presets like crazy.
Every
I know
tutorial under the rainbow now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
just
learn
on
virtually
YouTube for
everything.
free. And then now like
Comes
some
with,
artists have a Patreon as well.
yeah.
Cohen Sound, Noisia, fucking everyone's got one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
it's insane. Yeah. So like, might as well learn how to
Yeah.
make your own sounds in this world.
Yeah,
Everybody's teaching you how to do it.
Yeah, it's nice because when I started, there was very much a kind of gate kept kind of side of it. You know what I mean? Like there was the Dogs on Acid forum, which was like one of the only places where people would like talk about it in a really abstract way and not quite give you like exactly what you needed, but they would talk about the concepts enough for you to kind of figure out your own way, which I quite liked. To be honest, it was like. Yeah, there was some tips from Noisia. That's where I learned about like resampling and the idea of kind of taking a sound and doing it. And back then they did it because they didn't have the CPU to run all the synths and plugins. So you had to then put it into Contact or whatever sampler it was. And that led to that workflow, which led to the kind of whole sound. And then I think through the generations of producers that I came up with, like the Neurohop scene, like that was the thing. Everyone was resampling and we were all kind of talking to each other and messing around with the same ideas of just fucking with sound. Do it again until it gets more and more kind of abstract and twisted, basically.
Yeah, and me and my friends were sitting around going like, after you guys had already figured it all out, we're going like, how are they doing this? And we're sitting around going like, maybe this, and John's like, here, the Skope video, check this thing out, maybe this thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's nice. It feels good to share and like let people in, and like I love talking about it and like you know sharing ideas, and then hopefully that feeds the scene. Like that's one of the things that a couple of my current favorite artists like Chi and Andre Copycat as well. Like both of them have said to me, you know, they watch my videos and stuff like that, and that really helped them. And like for me, that's like one of the best kind of compliments. The fact that I've helped them on their journey to make music that I think is fucking ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's through my lessons and you know, not just my lessons. Do you know what I mean? They figured out a lot of shit on their own. I'm not to kind of claim that. Do you know what I mean?
I made copycats.
Yeah, I made it. Do you know what I mean? But
I am
their dad.
The fact that I was a part of their journey, at least, is incredibly fulfilling and rewarding for me.
Right.
Especially because they make fucking ridiculous.
You're a part of a bunch of people's journeys,
Yeah, it's
bro.
nice, man.
That's so sick. Fuck.
Did you forget what you said?
I think so.
Oh.
Nice. Love when that happens.
All right, go on.
Well, I wanted to talk about drums
Yes, great call.
Please.
because I love drums.
Yes.
Are you making your own drums from scratch most of the time?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say exclusively because sometimes you just want a sample, and like I do have Splice, and I do get a lot of stuff on Splice as well. But I've spent a lot of time over the years making breaks, particularly like using Addictive drums.
Yeah. Okay.
A bit of Superior Drummer and a couple of other ones as well, just to kind
Which
of
one do
switch
you
it
like
up.
better? Addictive drums or Superior Drummer?
Ooh, the ultimate
Addictive
question.
drums for the workflow.
Thank you. Agreed.
But sonic capabilities, I think Superior Drummer tops it because they have like tons of different mics.
Yeah, that is true.
And like all the bleed settings are a bit more kind of available. I think Addictive drums is a bit limiting, but that also makes it a bit easier to get a good sound.
Right,
Do you know what I mean?
It's
With
a little bit
Superior,
faster.
you can stack so much shit on it that it just, you kind of lose track of it, and it's very hard to like manage all these different mics and what you want them to achieve. Like I'm better at it now, but I think early on I found it very difficult to use. So I think if you're getting into it and you've not done much of it, then Addictive is definitely like the best way in.
Yep.
And then Superior Drummer once you're kind of more confident. But yeah, like
that's
whatever
exactly
works
what
for
I
people.
did.
Yeah,
I've been
nice.
using Addictive Drum for 3 years now, and I just made my first break in Superior Drummer, and I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I got it sounded pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, this is pretty dope,
Yeah, it's got a lot of
sounds
capability.
sick.
It's just, you have to kind of figure it out a little bit more because, all the different mics give you different tonalities, whereas with Addictive, you're just focused on, like, the overhead is the sound or the live kit is the sound, like the direct mics.
Right.
But yeah, either way, like once you start like bussing them out, and you're like having all the different mics on channels, then you can do so much different processing and make it unique anyway. Do you know what I mean?
So you make your break in there. Do you leave it in there, or do you bounce a couple versions out and then you use those in samplers?
Yeah, I mostly
or do you just
bounce
print
out
them out?
breaks. Yeah, I just bounce out breaks, but what I'll do is I'll often bounce them at different tempos, and like when I'm making a kit, I'll like swap out the snare, swap out everything, and do like 10 different versions of the same breaks, basically, and change the arrangement a little bit. So I have a little pack from that session, so it's not just like 5 hours of tweaking for one break. Do you know what I mean? Just try and maximise your sessions. But there have been cases where I've used it live as well. I think a couple of the drum and bass tracks I did live, but I resample drums as well. So like I might chop out bits, or I might like render out the different mics and then get them into audio and then start like try and pitching them up and down, use frequency shifters and then recompress them and layer them with other sounds. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of whatever works. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever you need to do to get your sound. And it's very hard to get like an out the box sound with these things that sounds great in a mix. Like
exactly.
It depends what you're doing. Like I think there's kind of like roller drum and bass, and drum and bass generally it's a bit easier to get something that makes sense because drum and bass is so based around like the break sound. Like you can get it naturally sounding really good, but when it comes to other genres, like it's hard to like feel everything with that, if you know what I mean.
Are you working with the break in audio, or do you bring it into a sampler?
I generally work with audio anyway.
Nice.
But like I said, like most of the time it'll be rendering out the different mics, and then, or not rendering out the mics, but like rendering out, because you've got multiple different mics all combining to have the kick and the snare. So I solo the kick and the snare and bounce them out, so I can then like EQ them more specifically. But there is a cool trick to avoid having to do that as well with Pro Q3 or 4 now. You can sidechain the EQ to whichever mic it is you want and like have it on the whole kit essentially. So sidechain out certain frequencies of the snare on like different mics, if that makes sense. So essentially you're just EQing, so it'll just like boost the snare at this frequency and only when the snare hits, if you know what I mean. So the EQ only happens when a certain sound of the kit happens.
It's not popping the whole
it's not just an EQ curve, it's a dynamic EQ, and it's popping up just on the snare or just on the hi-hat. So it allows you to kind of EQ each element, even though you're mixing together 3 different mics and they've got all parts of the kit coming through as well.
I love that.
I'll usually like duplicate it 3 times. And then I'll just solo the kick on one instance.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Solo the snares on one instance and solo the hi-hats. But then the moment you get a big song going, you're like,
you have to go in and edit stuff, and it just becomes more time consuming. So
exactly.
that trick does help a lot.
Question for Skope, says Jacob Waters. How do you create the deep guttural formant-like sound in Duddy VIP?
Yeah, a few people have asked about that track. That particular track is... I
haven't heard that one.
That's the kind of latest one. It's a VIP of one from the latest EP I did. But
cool.
Yeah, the sound is... the main component of the format thing is Melda's MMorph plugin. And it is an actual vocal, like morphing spectrally with a bass sound. And I think the bass sound's like just a noise sub, essentially, just a like gritty, like sub, maybe like a bit of second, third harmonic kind of thing, and some noise as like the carrier. And then I think it's like some really fucked up processed vocal that already sounded really like intensely OTT'd and stuff like that. And then essentially I have 2 serums, one to feed it with the vocal in, and one to have the bass in, and then it's taken the spectral morph from that, and then you just got to like find the right bit of vocal to get the right movement, essentially, because your vocal's your movement. So do like the old velocity trick where you use velocity to control the start point of the sample, and then there's a lot of experimentation that kind of goes to find a movement that actually makes sense, because a lot of it's just kind of garbled nonsense and it just doesn't sound very good. But when you get it into like a sound that works, it's like they make some of the techiest bass sounds I've ever made through the MMorph. It's just a lot of experimentation before something good actually comes out, or something usable anyway. Like the sounds all sound good, it's just how to make them make sense in a track is the hard part with it.
What is the MMorph? I don't think I've used it.
So it's, I don't know if you know Synaptic Morph. Like it's a spectral morpher. Basically, it takes two sounds and like morphs the spectral content of one onto the other, and you have like a ratio control that you can control how much of which harmonics.
Is it like a sampler, or is it like you're routing audio into it?
Yeah, it's an audio
plugin,
plugin, basically.
Cool. And
I have
Melda
that,
makes
never
that?
even used it.
Yeah, Melda makes every kind of plugin, basically.
I have it then, so I'm gonna go use it.
Right. Yeah, well, I think I first discovered the idea
awesome.
through the Synaptic one, but that one's like $200 or something.
Right.
Like Synaptic makes fucking cool plugins, but they are really expensive. So if you got the cash, then great. But Melda will probably make like most of the things they make for much cheaper. But
if you're willing to deal with the process.
You've got to learn the process a bit more.
Beautiful UI.
Yeah, with that amazing UI.
Guys, they have shitloads of skins. And they're all fire. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I love Melda with a passion there. It's like probably one of my favourite plugin companies for sure.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Do you ever play with their spectral delay?
Yes.
Dude, that's my... I also spam the
Spectral delay is so good.
It's so cool.
I started using it.
Did you?
I have not used it. I keep forgetting. Every time I'm in the DAW, it's just...
It's hard to remember all the Melda plugins
so
that there
many,
are. Like, there are so many.
It just turns into a width layer generator for me. That's what it ends up feeling like a slap delay almost, like but like cooler sounding.
Yeah. For me, I'm always using it to make... It's like the ultimate squishy sound generator. Like, it's so perfect for that.
Nice.
Yeah. To go back to drums a little bit, we have a question from Old Restrussi. So it's a two-part question.
He texted it in?
Yeah.
He's cheating. You gotta text it in chat, John. What the hell, bro?
He says, how do you approach writing grooves that feel less conventional? I'm especially curious about what makes a shuffle really land. And the second part is, I'd love any pointers on building beats around alternative percussion instead of the usual kit. So instead of just kick-hat snare.
I do want to hear this shuffle answer.
Like a timpani?
John? I mean, when I make a lot of kind of garagey beats, and there's some of my favourite kind of beats to make, and that's all about the shuffle. I do use shuffle in drum and bass as well, like that can be groovy, but you have to be a bit more subtle than garage. I think garage you can swing it out quite a lot. Like I mean, there's a limit where it starts to sound fucking stupid, but like you can get way more swing than you can on drum and bass just because of the tempo.
So fast.
But I mean, there's nothing too complicated to it. It's kind of hearing what you want from the rhythm is the most thing. Like obviously it's about swing. It's 16th note shuffle is the kind of key to it, and then it's like the right sounds that kind of accent it. So with the garage, you need like little kind of like filtered rim shots, I guess, like quite lacking the top end and stuff, and combining those with like a really bright hi-hat, a really like natural live kit sounding that's got like that zing to it. To get that nice contrast between the two. So like having contrasting sounds that do the different elements of the groove can help, I guess. What was the other part of the question?
That's a great fucking answer, actually.
Using timpani?
Yeah.
Are you using other sounds, was it?
Something just how do you go about alternative percussion instead of the traditional kit?
Well, one thing I really like doing, which I don't know if you guys have heard a guy called Bink's Beats.
No.
Check him out on YouTube. He's fucking sick. He basically he has.
How do you spell it?
Bink, Bink Beats.
Bink.
And he has these studios with like all these different like crazy percussion
Sounds like Shield.
and instruments. Yeah, similar vibe, and like Count Cole and stuff like that, where they just they have all the things. But he was the first guy I saw kind of doing that. But yeah, he would just kind of go around a room and build a beat with like play something on this, do something on this, and like add all these kind of layers. And yeah, then I started acquiring different percussion, and then what I'll do is just go around the room with the mic and just start hitting things. You don't even need the percussion for it, so you could do it on this table.
Yeah, exactly.
You could do it like with whatever you got in the house, get out your kitchen, do you know what I mean? Just record a bunch of that stuff, and then mess around with like processing this big file, and then chop out all the different hits, and then you get like loads of really unique sort of, very sort of natural sound. I think a lot of the burial stuff is based on like real things, and like really pitched down samples of just knocking on tables. Because when you pitch it down, you lose all the top end anyway, and you get that kind of very like sort of sound.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you can use anything for percussion really, and that's kind of the fun of doing all that stuff. Is just like chucking anything in there and seeing what gives you the vibe.
Yeah, I should do that more.
Yeah,
Or at least I had like a shaker I made, and it was on my desk at all times, so I could just like record it real quick. And it's in the closet now.
Yeah, I love when I'm like trying to get a snare sounding interesting. I like just like type a couple letters in and grab any sample and just put it in there and just see. Like if I make this the body length of my snare, will it just make it sound weird and cool?
Oh, just any random sound?
Any old... I mean, I'm going to probably want something that has some amount of tone to it. But just stick it on there and stretch it around and see if it does something, then move on.
Yeah.
Because usually it doesn't work.
Yeah, I really like metal sounds for layers on like snares and things like that. Just like... even like two knives, like gliding them together and stuff, like sword sort of sounds.
Right.
I think I've quite often just like downloaded like on Freesound the sound of a sword going
sword.
That on a snare, like it makes
the Wu-Tang sounds.
It can make a snare sound really fancy,
searches.
like really easily.
Yeah. One of my favorite things lately has been layering wood blocks on my rims and snares.
Yep.
You get the best like just a little ploink sound from it, and it's all tonal, but it's like really tight and small. I've been obsessed with it. And then you can throw like a frequency shifter on it and just like pitch it around all kind of strange.
Frequency shifter for drums and percussion is the one.
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
It's like a natural pitch shifter for things like it just gets rid of any like pitch shifting artifacts, but still gives you the ability to tune things like really interestingly. I use it so much on drums. It's one of the most used plugins on drums, other than like compressor and saturator.
I use them very rarely on drums. I'm intrigued.
My current tune I'm working on has like a fucking frequency pitch down snare, whatever the one I was using originally. Weird. I just threw a frequency shifter on it because I was like, it probably isn't in tune. Let me see if I can tune it. And I went up because in my head, frequency shifter, tune up, bring the high frequencies a little bit more together. Maybe I get it more crispy. But I brought it down and I'm like, oh, it sits nice down here.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I do the exact same thing, and I never realized till just now. I only go up with the frequency shifter.
Oh, yeah. So one of the main things I would always do with it is pitch the sound up so that you get the brighter tops out of the snare, and then frequency shift it back down. So it'll become tighter, brighter, and then you still retain that like low end sound.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's free, guys. That's free.
Wow.
Tight and bright.
We did it. We actually succeeded on this podcast, actually. Pitch that fucking snare up. Frequency shift it down.
Yeah. I think there was a time that
those is a good fucking...
Yeah. Well, there was a time that those like really high pitched snares were super in, like just ding, ding.
Yeah,
you can really hear the like 200 hertz, but obviously it's now like 300-400 hertz again.
Dude, it's going even higher. Like I have a bunch of like I almost said rares, snares and rims that like the fundamental is like 700 and it's like 800, like way up there.
I mean, it can work. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a big benefit to doing that sort of thing because obviously your 200 hertz sits right where like the mids of the bass are and like the beef is. So if you, particularly with like drum and bass, it was quite a good way to just let the bass really kind of come out.
Exactly.
Like when there was drum and bass was like big snares, like there wasn't a lot of room because there's so many kicks and snares in the beat. Like you run out of space for that kind of 200 hertz.
I like to have my snare fundamentals sit at like 7K. It's just a hi-hat.
I mean, I was talking to you guys about this, that new Cohen sound
tune.
I can't remember which one it is because they
Color
just released.
Dance?
Yes,
I haven't listened
that
to it
one.
yet, actually.
It's so
It's fun.
sick. It's very bandy. It's just
Yeah.
fucking so cool. But the fundamental for the snare is at like 160. It's like super low.
Yeah, right.
But it sounds so good. Like the whole
Beefy.
thing is just buttery and warm but there's also like there's no like bass sounds. It's all like bass.
Yeah.
It's
The balance on it looks kind of weird. It's like the low end up to like 200, 300 is like pretty strong, and then it's kind of like flat on the rest of it.
Yeah.
Instead of having that curve to it, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like.
but man, the drums
Like I'm
alone.
being.
Yeah, those
I'm
guys are sick at
exaggerating,
drums.
but it is nice. It's
Yeah.
weird looking.
Yeah, those are the kind of guys that make me just like I just want to spend the rest of my life on drums. Like
Yeah.
I could not make another song and just have all my boys be like, "Those are sick drums," and be like, "I could
Yeah.
love drums."
Yeah, I still remember like the Meanwhile in the Future snare, the
Right.
the really honky thing. Yeah, everyone was trying to remake that sort of snare.
Right.
Really
That and I
metallic.
I like a blacksmith snare, which is a term that I'm trying to coin.
Okay.
The first time I heard it was in Bunchin's. Shit! Now I can't remember the song name.
Can't remember either.
But it just sounds like a blacksmith striking an anvil.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the metal layers you were talking
Yeah.
about? Like,
Like it
we call
sounds
those
like he's just
blacksmiths.
slaving away. Just, and it's so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Sterven. It's Streven.
Okay.
I feel like that's a techno
fucking-
thing.
Yeah.
It is kind of
Like
a
a-
techno-y sound.
Right.
And the whole song is like super
Very
dark
industrial.
and industrial. It's
Yeah.
fucking so sick. I love that shit.
A good way to get like metallic sounds on snares is using convolution. Sometimes
okay.
put like any like percussion sample into a convolution on it, and because percussion have like very like strong harmonic somewhere or multiple harmonics like somewhere in the sort of lower area of their spectrum, then like when you're pitching that around as a convolution layer, you can like access all those different like harmonic like honk sort of sounds
Right.
quite easily.
Yeah, that and you can stereify them.
That's a great
Yeah.
like
idea.
top end, which is super nice. Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Yeah. Melda has a really cool convolution because you can stretch the sample just in their whatever algorithm and get a bunch of like crazy variations of the reverb.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the M cabinet or the M convolution.
In convolution,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I think you
Cabinet.
think you can do
Yeah.
it with
I need
the,
to try that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so M cabinet's like, I think it does more like a snapshot. So like one spectral snapshot, whereas like a convolution is like a long, you can get the tail of a sound,
Right.
you get the full
Right.
length
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
sound,
yeah.
whereas cabinet, it has some more interesting like spectral like ways to morph it. I don't know if it's spectral, but
Yeah.
ways to like reshape it in ways that normal convolution can't. Although Melda's convolution probably can, because
It's-
it's Melda.
That's Melda.
Yeah.
And they're insane.
I keep not using the Melda convolution and just going to the Kilohertz one because I know there's like 3
Yeah.
knobs
Yeah.
that do all the things that I like.
I do that too. It's easy to use. Is sometimes all you need. But
I fucking
Right.
Yeah.
love the convolution so much. But I'm careful with convolution on just strictly for the sake of width. I like it for if I want to put something in like a rigid box, kind of a room. But like if I'm gonna use it for width, I'm gonna probably do that into like a delay or a reverb or something to kind of smear it more randomly, because I feel like just that it's like a comb shape thing that it puts
could
on it.
disappear a lot of your signal. I tend to use it in parallel, but I mean, it depends
Yeah,
on what
yeah.
you're
Oh, for
doing.
sure.
But yeah, just like,
Right.
blend a little bit of it in.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you ever do convolution on your basses?
I have done, and yeah, I still do from time to time. Especially now, like Serum's got it all kind of built in. It's quite nice to mess around with that.
Convolution's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like actually automate the pitch on it as well, which you can't do with like any other
Oh, wow.
convolution,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
So it's such a like offline process, I think. But yeah, it's still a bit glitchy when you do it, but I mean, sometimes glitches are nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to play with that concept more. Kind of like break my own rules, because, you know, a lot of people say like reverb on the bass is kind of a no-no. But if you have some fun convolution shit, it's almost adding like a tonal character instead of a reverb in a way.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's saying it's a no-no, you should probably try it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Words to live by.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, also reverb on bass, like
Yeah.
almost
Reverb,
every one of my
then-
basses is going to have some amount of reverb on it.
Yeah, reverb,
somewhere.
then OTT. Kind of
Correct.
Thing to go,
Yes. Yeah,
back
you get
of it.
that.
Yeah.
You get that extra.
Yeah, that was a big thing with neuro basses back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do it quite as much as I used to, but yeah, you put the reverb somewhere early in the chain,
Yep.
and then as you're just playing notes and recording all of that, the spaces then give you other sounds. You're not just relying on the bass itself. You're getting all the bits in between, which become really useful in the writing process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
delays particularly as well. I fucking love delays.
What's your favorite delay?
I can't possibly choose.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
mean,
cannot.
there's a couple that I
M
use
delay.
more. I do like M delay, but maybe Timeless 2 and 3.
Oh.
Nice.
2 and 3.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been fucking with
Interesting.
3. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the fact that you've got the full EQ bands within the feedback loop,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of fun resonant shit that you've got in there. Yeah, some of my favourite sounds have come from that thing. But I actually like combining a bunch of different ones to make just complete like a random mess of tails that
That's a good
just
call.
evolve and like because when
Why
you've got
use
like
one?
saturation, yeah, exactly.
Amen,
like,
brother.
yeah, one of my most used chains is like 6 different delays. Like each one's different and doing a different rhythm.
Nice.
And like the feedback's like moving
How's
and
that work?
like
Right.
morphing.
How's that thing
moving.
work?
I mean, I've got like 6 or 7 different iterations of this chain, but
Okay.
essentially a Timeless it was one of the like resonator presets from Timeless 2. I think
Are these like
I think I still-
parallel?
no, it's just like one after
One
another,
after- okay,
basically.
nice,
yeah.
nice.
So
Let's go.
it's kind of stacking
Yeah.
up, like feedback on feedback on feedback sort of thing. Like feedback is always a fun place to just explore. But yeah, then some kind of OTT on it, and maybe like I used to use an LFO tool in it to kind of get the like standard like pumping sort of feel to it as well, like tie all these rhythms together in a way. But yeah, it'd be something I'd use like a kind of got like a track going and I want some like of the filler sound, some of the texture, and just start running sounds from the project through it, like check this sound, record that all out, and then I've got these like long evolving tails of the sound that I can use to kind of create like, you know, reverses and like little top loops and stuff like that. Stuff, do you know what I mean? Like the bits in between, the bits that people don't often like remember or focus on too much, do you know what I mean? The stuff that just adds that detail, I think.
Yeah, a couple months ago I kept being like, I need someone to help me figure out some new ways to make fun glitches and things, because like at some point you're like, I'm bored with all the glitching that I normally do. I would like other glitching, and that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean,
Stack
delays.
a bunch of delays,
Delays are the best at glitches.
Well, especially
like-
then, like,
randoms on all of them.
well, that
Yeah.
and just throwing all the different sounds from your song you're working
Yes.
on in there one at a time and
Yeah.
creating mud pies out of them to
Yeah.
then just add to the palette of what the song is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Great idea.
And then you throw something like fragments somewhere in between that chain, and you get like extra glitchy, kind of
shit.
off time, sparkly
shit.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Or crystallizer
Crystallizer, yeah, any sort
Yeah.
of like granular.
at like
glitchy.
1%. Because
Yeah.
it goes fucking
And
insane.
just keep resampling all of the sounds
Yeah,
again and
yeah.
again.
Well, yeah,
And
that
you've
is
got-
my entire work
right.
workflow. I just put randoms on things, and then I resample like 6 times. I'm like, yay, it made a melody. I don't
Hey, it
have
did
to, I
thing.
don't
We
have to
found the
write
melody
anything.
in there.
Yeah, 'cause I'm bad at writing those things. So
Oh,
I
I'm
just
the
like,
same, man. Like, I'm not a MIDI guy. There's some
Yeah.
instances where you kind of MIDI is what you need, but like,
Yeah,
I
there's
find
a
the
few, but-
most interesting melodies come from just
the ether.
keep twisting sounds around, just play random stuff, then try get it to audio and like find these moments. Because if you're playing naturally and not trying to write on a grid, like there's something about that has way more human feel to it. And even just using samples of other people playing music
Right, exactly.
and fucking it up enough
Yeah.
so it's like you've made it your own. Do you know what I mean?
Basically, because I can't play the piano that well.
Yeah.
I can read piano, and I can like do a chord, like, okay, sick. But like, I'm not gonna like fucking just rock through some chords and like figure out a melody. Like I can
Scale
sometimes figure
plugins,
out a riff. Oh yeah,
those
are nice.
super helpful. I mean, I can play some piano. Like I figure out certain shit,
Right, like
and
a riff.
Yeah, like I play in one key basically, and then I'll transpose it because like that's the way I've learned.
Just all white notes or something.
Well, I play in C like minor,
Okay.
and I can do some like variations on different scales. Like I'm all right at piano, but I never had like proper lessons or like proper musical training. I've kind of figured it out over the many years that I've been mucking around. But yeah, like I've used scale plugins a lot when I just want to generate a melody and just I don't need to care. I can just do this.
Right.
Just fuck around.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there will be a couple of moments that like are really cool, and especially when you kind of chop them together, it ends up sounding more like hip hop, which is kind of the sound I like, the chopped samples anyway. So yeah, it works because you don't need to learn music, and yeah, you can just focus on the thing that you are good at, which is chopping audio
Making
and
drum
stuff.
sound good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Been trying to up my donk bass game, like pluck basses. Have you guys been exploring that world at all? Any fun tips that anyone's learned?
Eldritch Notch.
Yeah, god damn it.
That's how I make all mine, but that's how I make everything at this point.
Yeah.
The Eldritch Notch is it's in the formant category of the filter table wavetables.
Oh, I haven't checked this out.
Yeah, so filter table, you're familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the wavetable.
Yeah,
it works as an oscillator,
as a driver.
It's the best.
And if you pair them all together,
yeah.
where you do the oscillator and then the filter and then the driver and then maybe a little bit of reverb before the driver, like you get the best sends, the best plucks,
Holy
the
Trinity.
best
nice.
the best yoys. Like it's I fucking love that fucking thing so much.
Yeah, do that 3 times in a row on the same
Oh,
sound.
God.
You've got to
Hellfire
triple up
sound.
whatever you're doing, haven't you? Really?
Yeah,
That's the rule these days. I see so many videos, and like it's even in my workflow as well. Just like just put that on 5 times, 6 times, see what happens. Once isn't enough anymore. It's like that's the 2025, 2026 way. It's just how many can I put on it now?
It needs to be more this.
Yeah.
This, whatever this is, and the mix all the way up it's not doing it. I need to just
I need to
do it
do
again.
it again.
Yeah, do it again. That's all I got for those. I don't make many donks. I do like stabs, but those are usually like rave stabs, which are not kind of the same.
I mean, plucks that's one of the easiest sounds to do so many versions of.
I know, right?
When you're working with like an envelope that's just that, and there's so many different ways you can apply that. And, one of the things I like doing is using the spectral oscillator in Serum, or any one with like a sample oscillator, and combining sample sources with synthesis, so you get like more complex tonality than you can get from a raw synth sound. Particularly percussion sounds over a donk. I think the Dutty VIP that the guy was asking about earlier, there's like the B sound to that main bass is made like that. It's like basically just like a plucky sub with a pitch envelope on it, just to get the punch on it. And then like a couple of different percussion sounds layered in with spectral and stuff like that, so you can really tweak it and pitch it around. It makes a really nice like plucky, more plucks than donks necessarily, but the bottom sounds a donk, and then the perk is like a plucky thing on top
tonal
of it.
donks.
You can pitch the sub oscillator up and then print it and then pitch the whole thing down.
Frequency shifter.
And then frequency shifter.
Reverse it, print it, throw it through an Eldritch Notch. And
then
reverse it again, and then
5 delays.
5 dispersers.
Frequency shift it back down, obviously.
Oh, we actually have another question here. A question for Skope. What is a quote-unquote rule you think people should break more when it comes to production?
Wow.
Ooh, I like this question. Okay.
I mean, I kind of want to say all of them. I'm trying to think of one particular one. I mean, I think that is the best answer, really. Like, if there's a rule,
right.
how can you break it? Like, what happens if you break it? That's like the quest for experimentation is breaking rules. So I think if you think someone's putting a blockade of a rule in your way, then break it. But I mean, it's tricky because some rules are there to help, like, you know, in a mix, you don't just like boost crazy one frequency. But
I feel like
when you're sound designing, it's different. Do you know what I mean? So you separate those two practices.
If you don't break the rules, you won't understand how why the rule was there in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, you're just following arbitrarily a rule. Like, I don't know if you're going to actually know why that rule exists.
Yeah.
Unless it's murder, then, like, we kind of understand why.
But, like, there's a rule that your mix should, like, slope like this, and that kind of makes sense to stick to. But, yeah, when it comes to sound design, there are no rules, I think. Like, just no. Don't ignore everything and actually go out your way to break all the rules, basically.
John has a question for the group. When will the scene be done with dispersers?
Hopefully never.
I love that. The Eldritch Notch is always going to be superior to an all pass.
Yeah.
Just saying. But
I don't know. I feel like dispersers are definitely common, but I feel like I don't see it as much as like the rhythm scene. Like the rhythm guys, I feel like every bass is using it. But like our scene, or maybe we are.
I use it more on drums than I do on bass.
That's what I was just going to say. I use it
I've never
almost
used it on drums.
exclusively on
That's
kicks.
fun.
Almost exclusively on kicks.
That's what Andre was saying.
It's a great way for addictive drums. Back to that, if you put that on your drum break, it like suddenly sounds way more digital. Like I actually used to do it with a vocoder before, like all these, which is very similar in terms of how it works. Like all the different filters creates all these like phase.
These crossover points. Yeah, exactly.
Or you can create your own one with just like an EQ3 or an OTT, not an OTT, and a multiband dynamics without any processing on. If you duplicate those like 10 times, it creates like the same effect. But any kind of phase fuckery has a similar effect.
Phase fuckery. So if I hear you right, the answer is never.
Yes.
I mean, technically, now that it's here, it won't go away. Yes. But
it's about what's the like current fad, and like what's the newest thing. It's like the Serum reverb filter was everywhere, and now like it's things like dispersers and like spectral things.
What's the next one?
What is that? What it is right now? Dispersers?
Yeah, dispersers are.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know either.
For me and John, we've been obsessed
talk
with
about this every week. I don't know what it is. What's the main?
$60 for a plugin with 2 knobs is crazy.
That is hilarious.
But you can get it like on fucking.
Serum 2's got one in now.
Serum
so
2 has
like
one,
if you've got Serum, you've got one with Serum Effects. There's another one, Deceptor, is it? Something like that, Deceptor, which is like got different bands that you can add, so it's like a multi-band.
You can make one in the grid in Bidwig. Pretty easily.
There's a bunch of ways you can make them. Like you don't need to buy it. But
there's a ton of YouTube videos about how to make disperser like all pass. Too. That's what you want.
Has Raw got an all pass for it? Maybe it is.
I don't know. I never used.
I feel like there's some in the kilohertz convolution. There's some good dispersion, like phase convolution instances.
Oh, there's a Melda one as well.
Of course, there is.
You can like draw. Yeah, you can draw like the frequencies that are effective. Like
like the spectral
kind of
delay,
transfer
but
curve.
just with the dispersion.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What it's called now.
I want to use that.
M phase something.
John,
Nice.
Make a 4X rack for us real quick with the Melda.
But yeah, I was talking to Nolan and the other guys were talking about Melda stuff, and like their thing is like you just put a transfer curve on any parameter, and suddenly like it opens up a whole new world of like ways you can use things.
Right.
Do you ever play with the? I guess this is just a Melda podcast, but their freeform phase.
Yeah, is that the thing that I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Freeform phase?
Oh, maybe. That probably is.
Yeah, the way you draw the phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I did know about it. Yeah. That's a. I guess that is like a disperser.
Yeah, you can make it a disperser.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that fucks with phase is like doing the same thing, I guess, in some way. You can get the same sound anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Even with an EQ,
I think dispersers like proprietary with their knobs and what like that algorithm is.
Yeah.
But you can essentially make the same effect.
Yeah. I found a way to automate or modulate the nodes in freeform phase, because in the that one you can't do it for some reason.
How?
If you put it in the MXXX or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Multi-parameters.
For whatever reason, it lets you like all the macros over here. It just allows you to connect to the nodes in there.
Yeah.
Not as cool as you would think. Honestly, I was a little let down because I was so pumped I figured it out, and like I hadn't seen any videos, and I was like, I fucking figured out a thing that no one figured out yet.
And then it's like
not
cold
that cool.
water. You're like,
Didn't really do anything.
Yeah, like you can. It's nice because you can automate it to be in different positions for like each node of your bass, which is kind of cool. But like the second you try and like give it like a curved line or a linear line, it just annihilates itself. Like it's just unusable, you know. Like same thing with like automating like the reverb. It just poops out. So I'm like,
dang.
Oh well.
It's worth a try though. That's
worth a try.
You got to try it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure
You could have
there is
created
a
the
case
next
where it
best
does work.
rhythm noise.
Yeah.
You know? You never know.
Or sample it into a filter table or something and then see how it works. Do you know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
There's one thing I do with my sound design. It's like I don't give up on something. It's like, okay, this doesn't sound good, but what if I do this? And then, fucking hell.
It's all right. It's a Squire.
It's a Squire.
Hey, didn't it hit anybody? That's good. Wow. That's quite the breeze.
Honestly, that breeze feels great.
That's quite nice. As long as it doesn't throw guitars at me, then.
Dangerous
There's
in
a
here.
breeze here, guys. Breezy. It's a ghost.
You can tell by the curtain.
You can tell by the way that it is.
Damn it, what was I just gonna say? What were we talking about? Dispersion? Whatever.
Modulating.
Like, keep working.
frequency.
Keep trying to make a sound work.
Yeah.
Like, even if it sounds shit now, like there
That's
is
something I
some
learned-
future where it could sound good
Exactly,
if you keep going
right?
with it and like keep messing with it.
Yeah, that's something I learned a lot from the Neuro guys, like early Cohen Sound Patreon. The whole just like keep resampling over and over and over. Like when they were making their sound, at first it was kind of just shit, like the first 2 resamples, and I was like, how
Where's
does
this
this
going?
get better?
How does
Like
this become
they just
good?
keep
Yeah.
adding distortion and filters, and I'm like, this shouldn't. And then you know,
there'll
they're-
be a moment where something clicks and
Yeah.
you just keep experimenting.
Yeah,
Like, that's one of the other things I'm going to do in this lesson is try and start out with people recording like whatever sounds, even just farting into a mic, like any of this stuff. You can turn into something good if you persevere and just keep experimenting. Like there is a point where suddenly something about it will be good.
Well, that
If you
and
process enough.
I love that.
the more you do that, I mean, you are practicing.
Yeah,
you
you're
are
learning.
getting better
Yeah.
at fucking around.
Yeah.
And you're learning how to use your tools, and you're like, oh, I know how to use this one and this one. Now I'm going to learn how to use them together just on this new mud pie, blah, blah, blah. And like a couple months down the road, you have a new sound. You're like, oh, I know how to fuck this up.
Yeah,
Like, I know
exactly.
exactly. And I can throw all these things on and start fucking around and be like, I'll get there. And sure enough, you're like, new sounds. Yeah. Just,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You just get better at it.
yeah.
You just got to keep going.
Yeah, I know Nolan Frequent is really big on that, where he's like, he's had students like ask him, how do you do your sounds and everything? And he's like, where you stop in the processing, I just keep going with like 20 more plugins and just keep sending it kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And it's valid. Restraint does the same thing. Like watching him work is so much fun because his chains get just absurd with like multi-band and parallel and fucking rerouting into areas and like, but you twist one thing way earlier in the chain and it's
Exactly.
like a completely new thing.
And that's one of the best parts of having like a giant chain.
Yeah.
That, and then you can throw it on an audio track and throw in a snare.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now
exactly.
it's going to do even some crazier shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the same applies for writing as well. Like me and Nolan actually has been writing a tune over the last couple of times I've been here. And the amount of sections we've got that we just haven't used, there's like 20 different versions of the drop. They were like, nah, it's not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Just keep resampling, keep fucking adding new sounds or resampling the sounds we've got. And eventually, like one of the ideas actually works. Do you know what I mean? But you have to make mistakes to get somewhere that you find really interesting. I think. I mean,
your mind.
some people
baby.
are different. Some people just
Sitting there
just
fucking-
bang out ideas. But I'm personally not one of them. My ideas come from fucking up a load and making bad music.
Love to
Thank
hear
God.
in order
that.
to make
Yeah.
good music. Do you know
Love
what I
to
mean?
hear that.
That's so nice to hear. Because I'm the same way where I always like, you try to just sketch a first drop and it's always like, okay, it's fine, but I like feel mad about it. yeah, and then you just do drop sessions where you're like, okay, just duplicate everything and then rewrite it. And it's like always on like the 3rd to 5th, the idea really starts to form. And I'm like, oh, there's kind of an identity. And then you just keep going. And you're like, there's the song.
Yeah, and then you make the second drop and you're like, oh, that's way better. Now that's going to be the first drop. And now I've got to write another second drop.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of goes
Which
around.
is why I usually stay in a super loop. And I'll just sit there and just recreate a loop over and over and over until it's like, I like that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like 50 things that you can add to whatever you make.
Of stuff that all works.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a symptom of not doing what you're talking about, where it's like when you get to your second drop, it just is way cooler because like now you're like kind of doing an iteration on your first drop because you want it to sound different, and then you're listening to it later and you're like, my second drop is way sicker than my first drop. It's like, well, didn't iterate enough in the first place.
Yeah, and so you've got your sound palette there to work with. Like you've built all these tools. You've taken a long time to get to the point where everything's sounding good, and then when you start writing with all those tools ready to go, it's like, bam, it just works. Kind of.
Yeah. This is kind of counterproductive with what we just talked about. But when you're like first starting your drop, do you just like kind of come up with a riff with just like a simple like sub kind of thing and just get a sketch, or do you do the sound design first so you can start the riff and then do the riff? I mean,
I do a bit of both, to be honest.
Okay, fair.
Sometimes, I mean, most of the time I design a bunch of patches and then try and figure out how they work, and then I'll end up resampling them and write more patches and kind of going through that cycle. But sometimes I will kind of try to draw an idea with like one simple modulation and try and like work out a rhythm that I like, and then try and break it down into like the different, like this one's doing 16th notes, this one's doing triplets or whatever, try and break it down into parts and then work on each part individually and stuff like that. But I think just trying to approach things differently each time was the best way to kind of keep yourself inspired as well. Like if you always do exactly the same thing, you will kind of start to homogenize your sound, which can work. Like if you're onto a fucking winning formula and like it's popping off, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know if I've ever found like the perfect formula to write tunes. I always feel like there's a better way to do it, or a new way to try things. So
yeah, especially with like the scenes we all work in, it seems like the general consensus is about like innovation and creativity, and like we all want to hear the like, what is the next cool thing. And then we can all do that for a bit, and then like someone else figure out the new thing, and then tell everyone else, and then we can all do that.
Yeah.
And then just keep building up this ecosystem.
It's a monster, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the artists I think who stand out and like who are the most successful are people who come with a new approach on a sound. That's always like a new take on. It's probably something that's been done before in some way, but they've given it the lick of their own style that's quite original or fresh or different or whatever. And I think that stands out most to listeners and kind of grabs people's attention. Like if you're trying to fit into a scene very specifically, like it's quite hard to then stand out amongst it. You kind of find your unique source basically to kind of stand out.
That's
I'm
why
still
I feel,
searching for mine, but
that's why I feel bad for like all of my tech house buddies here in Denver. They constantly like talk about that with me, where they're like, how do I like stand out in the scene? And with like that scene specifically, or like house music, or not as a whole, definitely generalizing, but like it is more about the traditional approach and like use these specific sounds and do it in this way.
Like you have to use a 909 hat.
You have to use a 909. It has to be this specific tempo.
Oh well, the answer for them is to don't do that anymore. It's like what we're saying. If they start breaking some rules, then,
so that's
then
the
maybe
thing.
they will.
But then if you do that and you're too weird, then no one else is playing out your stuff, and then you're not getting booked.
It's a balance. It's
it is such
like
a balance.
your Sammy Vergis and that kind of scene at the moment, like really popping off, and like it sounds like it's made. It sounds like music from like 10, 20 years ago, but just really like modern production and like sonically really nice, and I think that's like some kind of optimum level of like innovating something, but like staying true to like a sound that like brings some kind of nostalgia to people as well. Do you know what I mean? Like
exactly,
kind of pays homage to like what's come before it, but gives it a fresh take. And I think that's like the sweet spot to kind of please people, but also like do something original. Do you know what I mean? And you I know you don't want to try to focus on pleasing people, but like we are also in a career where people liking our music is what kind of fuels it and stuff. So it's
important.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
If you want to play shows in front of people, they gotta like the thing that you're doing.
Yeah, so there's a balance.
You gotta have like one foot in the past and 1 foot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good rule.
Or if you wear a cool costume, sometimes that works. You know?
Yeah.
It's true. Or enough dispersers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I have 10 dispersers on my master.
On the master, on the mixer.
Hey.
And just play whatever
Don't
I
knock
want.
it. Don't knock it till you try it.
About automating
Someone
all of the
could pull it off.
dispersers as well.
Yeah. Welcome
just
to my
have one
IDM
big
show.
knob.
It's like lo-fi times 10.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole track's like, ooh.
Feel sick after that show.
Yeah,
Disperser
honestly, I feel like I'm starting to realize that like being original and like innovative, like all you really have to do is just be authentic. Like the most you can be, you will just naturally do that, you know. And of course, you're gonna like take.
Aww.
I mean, you have to be.
We do.
Yeah.
You have to be like super honest.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like, I'm being authentic.
Yeah.
Like it has. You have to
Look
just
how
like not
authentic
give
I
a
am.
fuck and just be gone.
Because you
And
already
just go
are
with it.
like a combination of all the stuff you've listened
Right,
to. Do you
correct.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the output comes from all this input anyway. So without trying to like directly, copy something. I mean, and there is something to be said for like learning music by copying and, and figuring stuff out.
100%.
But like if you want to try and stand out and make your own thing, then you've got to just forget all of that a little bit.
Yeah, you just gotta
within parameters. Like we were just saying, within the parameter of trying to make something that fits into some kind of world. But I mean, saying that, you've got your Aphex Twins and Tippers who went down a path that no one had been down before, and look at the kind of waves they made. So but it gets harder to do that over the amount of different types of music that have come out now. Like it's really hard to find something truly original. Which is why that like mix of the past and the present and the future and ghost of Christmas past.
That's who I get my music from. The muse of the future.
The ghost of dubstep's past.
God damn. Well, where are we at right now?
we're at like an hour 20.
Hour 20. Well,
We could
End it and do
it. Yeah.
Do a little
get
set.
it moving.
Yeah.
I feel like I talked about everything I wanted to. No, I'm good.
I feel like we could talk about some more Melda, but
I definitely want to keep talking, but I also don't want to waste your time.
right.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to keep talking.
You're on
just-
like the middle of the night fucking
Yeah, it's
time.
like
3
a.m. for you.
Yeah, something like that. I've kind of adjusted a little bit, but
Okay.
I'm gonna have to be up late tomorrow
that's
as well,
fast.
so I've got to kind of
That's true.
settle in. Do you know what I mean? Just I wake up really fucking early. Like I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh,
and I
shit.
couldn't get back to sleep because of my body clock. But
Yeah.
hopefully staying up a bit later each night settles me in. But yeah, don't worry about me.
John
Keep
has
talking if you
one
want.
more question here.
Okay.
Yeah, hit us
Thoughts
up with
on
question, guys.
AI?
All right, let's talk for another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Go.
Thoughts on AI and the influence it'll have on our vein of tunes, as well as the tools that will come with that.
I mean, AI is already a big part of it. I mean, the biggest use for me and interest for me with AI is stem splitting. Like that just changes the game. Like I remember reading Computer Music magazine like maybe 15 years ago, like a long time ago, and I think it was Cold Cut was talking about like the next big revolution in music would be when you could like take a single instrument out of a track, and I was thinking like, how is anyone ever going to do that? And AI's come along and done it, and it's getting better and better all the time. And as a like artist who loves sampling, like that just opens up so many possibilities. Like I'm starting to run all sorts of my sample libraries through it and extract like different bits, and there's so much more potential to get cool samples out of that. Cool. But yeah, I mean, as an influence on the music as a whole, like I fear that we will get some AI producers or people claiming they're producers and just using AI soon. I don't think I've heard like a good dubstep or any other electronic song from it yet, but
No.
I've heard some pretty good like soul and like funk things that like are basically indistinguishable from real music. So I'm sure it could do it, and I'm sure someone's got it doing it. But I don't think anyone will ever want to pay to see AI perform. So I don't feel too under threat.
Yeah,
I agree with that for sure.
I don't think if people know that it's AI that they will care about it at all, unless it's funny. Like funny, I feel like just who cares?
Yeah,
use the AI for the funny shit.
Yeah, for the memes.
We all thought it was crazy that anybody was making funny songs in the first place as like a general thing that they did.
Yeah.
Just throw the AI at it. That's fine. I don't care.
It definitely has its place as a tool, I think. And the tools will get better. Like, I really like the sample creation things that you can get. Like, what's it called? There's 11 Labs, and I think there's a couple of other ones where you can kind of prompt to sounds like, I need a percussion loop at this BPM. That has like a jungle characteristic.
Oh, that sounds sick.
That's quite fun to do. They still sound a little bit AI-y,
if
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but, I feel like that's not like completely. I don't know, like where's the line with AI? Like, how much can you use and like take away from it? But like, if you're just creating samples that you're then gonna fuck around anyway, other than using Splice. I guess the difference is with Splice, you're paying someone else to do it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with AI, you're not. So there is some benefit to kind of providing monetary value to the people who are creating the real sounds. Do you know what I mean? And taking away that. Because I've done some like music for adverts and stuff. My friend of mine works for one of the companies that does that stuff, and I feel like that's one of the industries that's going to completely disappear to AI, because it's just that's what the like executives want. It's like, I want this exact thing. There it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's too
hopefully
easy,
that industry just disappears altogether.
Yeah, it's a good moneymaker. Like
I just mean the ad industry.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like.
I would love it if we just banned it completely. No ads.
Yeah.
No more ads. Just talk to people. Give them anyway. It's not a good idea, guys. I don't think I'm smart.
Yeah, they do pay artists quite a lot of money. Like,
I
know people who've got.
I would love
big
to get a job like that.
Yeah. It can be really good. But yeah, that's the problem when AI starts taking people's jobs. They took our jobs.
We are in Colorado,
but that's going to happen everywhere. That's just like a fact of life.
Everything.
Now, so
we don't have.
We're not excluded
looms
from that
anymore. We don't fucking like. We're not fucking like. There's a bunch of jobs that don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to adjust, don't you? And like, if you can adapt to have some AI in your workflow and in whatever ethical way you like feel comfortable with, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people will abuse that, and some people won't. And you know, people
we're gonna have the new age purists, and then the guys who just go in the same thing with like sampling in the 90s, and the same thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Whatever.
And the people who hate sync mode on the fucking
and people who hate CDJs when vinyl decks, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everyone hates it at first, and then it just becomes there. So, I mean, we've got to get used to it in some way.
I mean, I've been using...
You can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
I've been using vocal, it's Ultimate Vocal Remover. It's like a standalone, but there's a specific algorithm like the Demuse or Demurse or something like that.
Demux.
I think it's so good. And I use it almost exclusively to like if I have a TikTok video I like that I want to use like the vocal for, or if I just have one that has good background sound, I can just grab the noise.
Yeah.
And then I have that noise to use in my tracks, because it's like some weird fucking noise from like a steam engine, but then it's compressed through
samples.
Fucking TikTok, and then compressed through my phone, and then compressed through the AI, so it's like even weirder. And I'm like, yes, this is cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the fun of it.
Yeah.
There's a good website called MV SEP, which I think has that algorithm in it.
Oh, okay.
And it's like free up to a certain amount of credits a day. Or you can pay for some like bonus features and like batch processing.
Is free as far as I know.
Yeah, but there are some that you have to pay quite a bit for, and this one like you can just use it for free, and it can separate like any kind of stem. It can separate all the different drum stems out, hi-hats and stuff.
Exactly what this one does too.
Yeah, separate male and female vocals, which is fucking crazy.
I took the new Cohen sound track and I put it in there just because I was like, what are the drums?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening here? And it's still AI only because I know how good those drums should sound.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing but drums in there.
Yeah,
It sounds so fucking good, and their drums are so good.
It does struggle with louder music, I find. AI, yeah, when it starts to clip and compress, then I think the lines get a bit blurred through that kind of clipping compression. So, louder music. Like if you do like an old rock song, it'll do really well, I think. But
which I think works with that Cone Sound track because it is like a band style fucking production. It's not.
Yeah, it's more AI is
out.
more trained on band music.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
believe.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That does
Catch
make
up,
sense.
AI.
There's a lot of
pussies.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's end it, boys.
AI.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you for coming.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Nice one, guys.
I'll get a high five.
Thank you, everybody who tuned in for the show and
we
for
had
the
a lot of
questions.
chat today. That was fun.
Let's go. We're not done.
No, we're not done. Stay tuned. Go follow Skope
It's going to
UK.
take a minute, but we're not done.
We're not done.
No, and go follow anybody with the gamer tag 400 in front of their name. Subscribe and all those things. We love you.
Yeah. Come to Sunday school.
Come to Sunday school
Sunday.
at the Black Box.
And Cervantes tomorrow.
If you're watching this on YouTube, too late.
Yep.
Come hang out on twitch.tv/always400official.
Yep.
And you'll see these things when they happen.